Hey, church. So Jesus, Paul, and James all repeat Leviticus 19:18. They say, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself." In fact, Leviticus 19 goes into great detail on how God would have the Israelites love their neighbors, both as countrymen and foreigners. So, how do we understand these commands that God gives to Israel in light of the gospel for us today? We have to understand first that how we relate to our neighbors comes out of our holiness. God tells Israel in Leviticus 19:2, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." Holiness is often confused with perfection, but it's better understood as being set apart. We are set apart to serve God for His glory as we strive to live out His character. There are two aspects that help us understand how we are holy. It starts with the condition of our hearts, which isn't holy because of our abilities. Ephesians 2:8-9 says that our salvation and the holiness that is placed on us is not by our power, so that we can't boast in our ability, but so that we boast in our King as we are His workmanship. His power secures our salvation and assures our holy nature for all eternity. Yet we aren't left without a role to play in the quest for holiness. We recognize God's work, as one commentator put it, like a farmer would. He would look out at the beautiful cornfield and say, "Look what God has done." Did God do that? Yes, He did it. He did. He caused the seeds to germinate in the soil. He caused the rain to fall and the plants to grow. God did that. But the farmer played a role too. He bought and planted the seeds. He cultivated the field and sprayed the plants. And he has to work to pick the corn and sell it. God changes the condition of our hearts, and we work out our salvation with fear and trembling. Philippians 2:12. If our holiness isn't found through the gospel, and we aren't centering our lives on the gospel to live out our holiness, then we will be weak in our ability to love our neighbors. Don't get me wrong. There are people far from Christ that care well for others, but that care is limited because it has nothing to do with pointing them to the God that created them. We'll get a little deeper into what it means to love our neighbors over the next few weeks. But for now, I want to encourage you to live in light of the holiness the Father has placed on you. Strive to work it out with fear and trembling, or maybe better, awe and reverence. What's one area of your life this week that you want to better reflect the holiness of the Father? How does Scripture speak to that? Ask someone to hold you accountable, to confirm that area of character of God, of our God. I hope this encourages you guys. Have a great week.